This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Let's get right into the news. Well, Wack 100 kind of breaks down how the game violated and put his reputation on the line by repping Nip so hard, but with his Lambo and putting Crenshaw on the side and everything. That was, he says that was a Pyru violation, you know, and it showed how much he cared about Nip and his passing and how emotional he got. And he said, you know, I didn't agree with it, but I understood it. And, you know, a lot of people were angered by that, but he didn't care. He was going to rep him anyway. You know, like, that was devastating for anybody who knew him or anybody cared about him. And, you know, I don't know, you know, it introduced a lot of people to who he was. I mean, a lot of new fans came around, which is good because it supports his family, you know. But yeah, if you knew, you know, I knew him, you know, and it's horrible what happened, unexpected, you know. I knew him in the beginning of his career, you know, for many years we worked together, and you know, it was sad, man, you know. So I can understand Game being. But at one point, it was just too much, you know, Game. But I understand, you know, like, at one point, it was like 6 months in, and it was like, it almost seems like someone drags it out, like what Asian Doll is doing now, you know. But I understand, you know, it's like, it's just devastating because you don't expect that, you know. I don't know. Anyways, this is what they break down here.
Well, you know, Game had his own relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
yeah, they
That was
talk
just
like
them doing their thing.
wasn't nobody in between between them two. You know what I mean? They talk, set it up. You know what I mean? He might let me know Nip come to the studio today or whatever, get it set up or whatever. But they had their own person. That was no politics in that. That was all personal. Game did some crazy. I don't know if y'all paid attention. Game did some crazy. I know he did it because he was emotional about his demise. Game took his Lamborghini, right, and wrapped him up blue, right. Put Nipsey on one side, the Marathon flag on the hood, and that's what killed it. And every nigga that's a gang member on here know. And put Crenshaw on down the other side. That nigga from Compton Paru for real.
Yeah.
A total violation, right? But to him, he was representing his partner. And to leave the Crenshaw out of that because Nipsey pushed that to leave that out of it, he felt like it'd have been incomplete. But he didn't give a whatever the Game didn't care about whatever the consequence that came with him doing that. So they was close. You know what I mean? They was real close. So it was never gonna be Wack call somebody to get Nip. But once they were introduced and they met each other, they took that relationship from there and they built it. They built it on. And that was them niggas had a real bond. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know if people understood that nigga doing that Lamborghini like that. Nigga, that is a total violation when it comes to power rule. Period. He was not supposed to do that. He didn't give. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that man really was emotional about that situation, and you know, he just wanted to represent his homeboy. It was real home. YG another one, man. I know they real close. You know what I mean? I never really, you know, me personally, I'm a representation of the West, of our culture, and I push that. I push our culture, and our culture is that. You know, a lot of people don't understand that we've been taking L's. You know what I mean? We had the music dominate the music at one time. The South been dominating music the last 10, 15 years, whether people want to admit that or not. All we got left of this culture out here we come from is Crip and blood and this marijuana. We got to protect it at all costs. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? We got to protect that at all costs, both sides. You know what I mean? So,
Now, there's been people like trying to say that Wack 100 can't come to New York anymore because of what he did with Tekashi and the stance he has on Jim Jones and this and that. It's like, yeah, okay. We don't live in that type of time anymore where people are going to like really stand on morals and principles. And, you know, look at Tekashi ran all through LA, you know, when he was banned. He was banned from here and there and there. And they didn't care. And then they said they're going to get him when he comes out. And they don't know, you know, so it's like, it's all facade now. But there was some talk about, you know, Jim Jones, the wiretap, Wack 100. in a room. I just wanted to play this real quick because this is pretty insightful. It's just a couple minutes of some people talking that you can recognize. But anyways, listen right here, and this is what some people.
In order for Jim to not have been apprehended or questioned, being that he is on not a regular conversation wiretap, but he's on a RICO wiretap. You understand what I'm saying? This is a RICO wiretap. Really, he's seen the opportunity and he sees that.
Yeah.
He sees that. You know, because I remember when he first started out, I was in the penitentiary, but I was getting the letters and I was speaking the mail. You know, I seen that whole thing fold over. And I seen it go from whatever it was, just came home to it already on the downslope of it. So he seen the opportunity, and what he did, he seized it, and he used those little young ones around him with the glitz and a hood fame to keep him afloat and keep him protected. But as for like he asked for his character and his image, yeah, he should give his audience, his viewers, an explanation and, you know, speak upon what happened instead of talking about other things that he been going off edge from. See, 6ix9ine know. Why 6ix9ine know what he did? Because 6ix9ine was there. Cass wanted something he ain't never had, man, and that was street fame, man. You know, and a lot of us that come from these urban we earn for that street fame, that gangster title. Like these young kids is doing now. The only thing they go get is a stale prison cell or a cold place in the cemetery. You know, and that's what Cass wanted. Cass wanted that, you know, that street fame and being able to get a glimpse of it by mixing hip hop with it. You know, it kind of pushed him over the edge. He didn't know how to distance himself, man. But, you know, free Cass, man. You know, I ain't really never had no issue with him. This is how a lot of these young kids move, man, until they see it's a bigger wolf around. Man, yeah, you know, I'll be the first one to tell you, it's not a game, man. But these guys don't understand it's not a game until they in that position. That's when they realize, oh, it ain't a game. But then again, it's still a game while they ain't holding. It becomes not a game is when they get to the penitentiary and not a medium or FCI where Shotty and Mel and them guys is at. When they get to a penitentiary where everybody on the compound got multiple life sentences, that's when it get real. Right. But Jim Jones ain't even had nothing to do with it. Only listen. Jim, that's what I'm saying. Like, they got these corny dudes trying to change the narrator. The narrators are simple, man. It's makeup. It's directly to the point. Jim ain't have nothing to do with anything dealing with 6ix9ine. The only how Jim had an alliance to 6ix9ine was through Melly. And Melly ain't have nothing to do with 6ix9ine. Only how Melly began to have something to do with 6ix9ine is when he seen Shotty and me brung Nuke on board. That's when Melly wanted to get involved because of the beef him and Nuke had. He didn't want to see Nuke eating without him eating. So that's how Melly came on board. Like the kid, what's his name, Trav said, Melly ain't really want to have nothing to do with it. But his greed of seeing certain figures involved made him want to come on board. Listen, you talking about dudes that'll do anything to see his opportunity, man. Like, yeah, Wack better keep bringing his wife if he want to get a check, you know. And as for the guys that's telling him, don't come to Brooklyn, really? You really think that these dudes is built to have some work carried out if he come to Brooklyn? These dudes do this for media, man. They do it for short clips on YouTube and Instagram. Boy can come to New York. This ain't the era where. This ain't that era, man. How you willing to crash for somebody who ain't even willing to crash for himself, man? You a crash dummy, man. That's crash dummy behavior, bro. You know what I'm saying? / crankhead behavior.
All right, well, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. I appreciate you guys. Let me know in the comment. Make sure you get in the comments. Comment. Make sure you Subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. I appreciate you guys so much. And I'll check you guys next one. Share the video if you can.